So I wanted to do a short series of videos just talking about adaptations, and so I'm going to do 3 videos. Can I hold up 3 fingers? No, apparently not. So the first one is going to be talking about what are some good adaptations in my opinion. The second will be bad adaptations, and the third I figured I would do in its own little category, and that is specifically Pride and Prejudice adaptations, because there's a crap ton. So this one is going to be the good adaptations video. And I have, well, sort of 6 groupings, because some are sequels. So the first one is The Hunger Games and Catching Fire. I know a lot of people kind of were on Hunger Games, especially with the shaky cam. I think a lot of people didn't like it. I enjoyed The Hunger Games a lot. I walked out of the theater and wanted to see it again right away, which to me means it was awesome. And I liked the shaky cam. Like I thought it brought you into the story in a different way, and yeah, so that didn't bother me. I thought it was well cast, it was well adapted. Of course there's things I wish hadn't been in it, but considering the limitations that they had, you know, considering the book is like predominantly in Katniss's head and you don't want to like just have, I don't know, internal like what is it called, like a voiceover all the time, I thought they did a good job. And then Catching Fire, of course, I'm pretty sure everyone thinks Catching Fire is just so many different kinds of amazing and awesome, right? I mean, we all agree it's an awesome adaptation. Again, there's some things that I wish hadn't been left out, but what they did with what they had was great, and I love some of the additions, like the interactions between President Snow and his granddaughter. That was really interesting and a great addition. I thought it was nice to get to know President Snow a little bit better and to have him have a more direct connection to what Katniss was doing to the world, basically. Next is Harry Potter. I think, again, this is something a lot of people agree that Harry Potter, the whole all 8 movies were good adaptations. Obviously, lots of things had to be removed from the books because, you know, several of the books, the majority of them are like over 400 or 500 pages, and you're trying to condense it down into film, but they did a really good job. I don't agree necessarily with all of the actor choices, but in the end, I think they really captured the feelings of the books, and I cared about these characters. You know, when people died in the books, that made me emotional. I felt the same way in the films, and I had a lot of the same feelings about the movies as I did the books. So to me, that's a good adaptation, and they kept a lot of my favorite parts, because a lot of my favorite parts are like little bit things, so that was kind of a big deal. Next is Clueless, which is actually an adaptation of Emma by Jane Austen, and actually the next 2 are both Emma adaptations. For a long time I did not like the character of Emma, but I loved the movie Clueless, and I think it's, obviously it's dated, it's from the 90s, but it's still, in my mind, a good contemporary adaptation. So it takes the story that you have in Emma and translates it to a world that we can recognize more now. And so some things have to change. I mean, that's when you're going to modernize an adaptation, that happens. But I think they kept the point of the story and the heart of the characters there, and you kind of have these moments where you don't like the characters share, which is the same as with Emma. So, and then there is the masterpiece version of Emma with Romola Gary as Emma and Johnny Lee Miller as Mr. Knightley. And this is like a true historical adaptation. It's also a masterpiece, so it was longer. I own the DVD, and it's 2 DVDs, so if that gives you any idea of how long it is. So they're obviously able to keep a lot more than like the Gwyneth Paltrow version, which I can't stand personally. But Romola Gary made me like Emma. So like I said in the Clueless part, before I saw I didn't like Emma. Granted, it's a heroine you're supposed to have conflicted feelings about, but after I saw that version, I really, really liked this character, and I then reread the book for a class in college and liked her that time reading it and felt she actually deserved her happy ending instead of being like, oh no, you don't deserve crap. So, and I definitely credit it to that film. Next is the Jane Austen book club, which I actually saw the movie before I read the book. I read the book in like December, I think. I don't know, something like that, December, January. And it's not, so it's a great adaptation. Like, they literally lift lines of dialogue from the book and put them right into the movie. It's a very, very true adaptation, and the things that they change, I think they just change to make it a little more mainstream, something people might be a little more interested in, but they keep the heart of the story there of this group coming together and how Austen impacts all of their lives before the group and after the group and each of their stories. But that being said, I am not sure it's a movie for everyone. It's definitely Austen fans would probably like it, but it's just a little weird, it's a little slow, so I wouldn't like run out and watch it necessarily. And the last is the Chronicles of Narnia movies, and by this I mean like the most recent, like the Walden Media ones, where they only did the first 3. Unfortunately, I'm so sad. I wish they had done more. I mean, really, these are true, great, amazing adaptations. They're beautiful and touching. The score in all of these movies is just amazing. They're like the only scores I own, other than Disney movies, but that's different. That's because that comes with the soundtrack. And I literally listened to the scores constantly, and when I see the movies, I remember these things from the books, and I thought they were cast perfectly. Like, I definitely picture these actors as these characters now. So, yep, those are my good adaptations. I'm sure there's some I missed, but that's my opinion. And if you agree or disagree, as always, just let me know down in the comments. And if you think there are any that should have been on my list, let me know. Maybe I haven't even seen them, so I can check them out. Thanks for watching. Bye!